In the vast, untamed landscapes of our planet, a constant drama unfolds, often hidden from our view. Beneath the tranquil surface of the wilderness, a silent war rages, one of cunning, strength, and survival. It is a world governed by the fundamental needs of life, the relentless search for food, the desperate quest for shelter, and the fierce drive to ensure the survival of one's family line. Every creature, from the tiniest insect to the mightiest predator, is locked in a daily battle to secure these essentials. These are not matters of simple choice, but of absolute necessity. For countless animals, securing a meal or a safe haven means entering into conflict, sometimes with rivals of their own kind, sometimes with entirely different species. From the dense, shadowy canopy of the rainforest, where howler monkeys launch surprise raids on rival troops, to the sun-baked savannas where wildebeest herds thunder across the plains, animals engage in epic power struggles. Elephants, with their matriarchal wisdom, form living shields to protect their young from prowling lions. These are not battles born of malice, but of instinct, driven by the primal urge to survive and to ensure the next generation's future. A leopard's eyes narrow in the undergrowth, calculating every twitch of its prey, while a herd of impala stands frozen, senses straining for the faintest hint of danger. It is a world of strategy, strength, and remarkable adaptation. Chameleons blend seamlessly into the foliage, shifting colors to evade predators. Arctic foxes tunnel beneath the snow, outwitting wolves with their labyrinthine dens. Every day presents a new challenge, and only the most resourceful survive. The reasons for these conflicts are as varied as the animals themselves. Some fight for food, others for territory, and many for the right to pass on their genes. A lioness crouches low in the grass, muscles coiled, waiting for the perfect moment to strike at a herd of antelope. A wolf pack fans out, using silent signals and coordinated movements to encircle a lone deer. The cheetah, a blur of speed, launches into a breathtaking chase, every stride a gamble between hunger and exhaustion. Meanwhile, the hunted are no less determined. A gazelle zigzags with lightning reflexes, outmaneuvering its pursuer. A hare darts into a thicket, vanishing in a heartbeat. The antelope leaps high, risking injury for a chance at freedom. Two powerful males might clash over the right to mate, their antlers or horns locked in a brutal contest. Rams crash together with thunderous force, each blow echoing across the mountains. Male lions, manes bristling, circle each other in a tense dance, every muscle taut with anticipation. A mother will stand against any threat, no matter how large, to protect her vulnerable young. An elephant trumpets, forming a living wall around her calf. A lioness bares her teeth, ready to fight off hyenas. A bear rises to her full height, roaring a warning to any who dare approach her cubs. Even the seemingly peaceful act of claiming a piece of land can lead to desperate struggle. Birds battle mid-air for the best nesting sites, their wings a blur of motion. Beavers slap their tails in warning, defending their lodges from intruders. Scent marks and calls become invisible boundaries, fiercely protected. These battles are the engines of evolution, shaping species over millennia. The strongest, fastest, and most cunning pass on their traits, while the less adapted fade into history. Fossils tell the story of ancient struggles, each adaptation a scar or a triumph in the ongoing war for survival. Observing these confrontations reveals the incredible power and resilience inherent in the animal kingdom. In slow motion, a jaguar's muscles ripple as it pounces. A crocodile's jaws snap shut with bone-crushing force, and a herd of buffalo charges as one, a living fortress against predators. We witness the astonishing strength of a lion, its roar echoing across the plains as it brings down its prey with a single, decisive leap. The surprising agility of a leopard leaping effortlessly between branches, sprinting after prey, or vanishing into the treetops in a heartbeat. And the unwavering courage of a mother defending her calf, standing her ground against overwhelming odds, her resolve unbreakable. Each encounter is a testament to the specialized tools these animals possess. The jaguar's crushing jaws can pierce the skulls of armored prey, a feat unmatched in the feline world. The lionfish, with its venomous spines, glides through coral reefs, a living arsenal that deters even the boldest hunters. These are not random acts of aggression, but calculated moves in a life-or-death game. A pack of African wild dogs encircles a wildebeest, each member anticipating the next move, communicating with subtle glances and body language. The outcomes of these struggles are rarely simple. A victory means a meal or a mate, but defeat can mean starvation, injury, or even death. The victor feasts, while the vanquished limps away, nursing wounds both seen and unseen. It is a harsh reality, but one that ensures only the strongest and most adaptable will thrive. In times of drought, animals must travel farther, riskier paths, facing new dangers at every turn. The injured must heal quickly or fall prey to opportunistic hunters. Through these powerful stories of conflict, we gain a deeper understanding of the intricate balance of nature. Even in moments of peace, the memory of past battles lingers, shaping the behavior and alliances of every creature. We see how every creature, from the smallest mongoose darting after insects to the largest bison grazing in the open, plays a role in this grand, ongoing saga. Each animal, whether predator or prey, solitary or social, is a vital thread in the fabric of its ecosystem. These struggles are not just isolated incidents, they are part of a larger, interconnected web of life. The fall of a single prey animal can ripple through the food chain, affecting countless others in ways both subtle and profound. They remind us that the wild is not a peaceful kingdom, but a dynamic and often brutal arena. Dominance is won and lost in moments of breathtaking violence and cunning. It is here, in these moments of intense struggle, that the true character of the wild is revealed. The raw, unfiltered beauty of life's perpetual fight for existence is on full display. Each battle a story, each victory or defeat a step in the endless dance of survival. In the tangled branches of a tall tree on the African plains, a female leopard has secured her prize. She has successfully hunted and dragged a heavy carcass high into the canopy, a safe place to store food away from thieves on the ground like lions and hyenas. This is her larder, a vital resource that will feed her for days. The dense foliage provides cover, and the height offers a vantage point to spot any approaching danger. Leopards are masters of stealth and strength, possessing short, stocky legs with powerful muscles that allow them to perform such incredible feats. Their spotted coats blend seamlessly with the dappled light filtering through the leaves, making them nearly invisible. Her claws, sharp and strong, can support more than triple her own body weight, making the treetops a perfect fortress. Each claw is a tool of survival, gripping the bark with precision. But even here she is not entirely safe from every rival. Her scent has betrayed her. The wind carries the smell of her kill far and wide, a beacon to other predators. A larger, more powerful male leopard has been tracking her, drawn by the irresistible smell of a fresh kill. His muscles ripple under his sleek coat as he moves with purpose. He is an opportunist, and a meal stolen is a meal that does not require the energy and risk of a hunt. His eyes lock on to the prize above, calculating the easiest path to ascend. He begins to climb the tree, his intentions clear. Each movement is deliberate, his claws digging into the bark as he ascends. The female, though smaller and outweighed, cannot afford to lose this precious food. Her muscles tense and her eyes narrow as she prepares to defend her hard-earned meal. For her, this is not just about one meal, it is about survival. Every bite of that carcass is crucial for her strength and well-being. She has no choice but to stand her ground and defend what is rightfully hers, preparing for a dangerous confrontation high above the ground where a single misstep could be fatal for either cat. The branches sway under their combined weight, adding to the peril. The male advances with confidence, expecting his superior size to intimidate her into submission. His eyes gleam with the anticipation of an easy victory, but he has underestimated her resolve. Her growls are low and menacing, a clear warning that she will not back down. As he gets closer, the female erupts in a flurry of defensive fury. Her claws slash through the air, each swipe a testament to her determination. She uses her incredible agility, twisting and turning in the narrow space between the branches, her claws lashing out with surprising speed. The male is taken aback by her ferocity. Each swipe is a warning, a sharp reminder that she is a formidable fighter. Her claws leave deep gashes, a clear message to her opponent. Leopards are solitary animals, and they are well equipped for one-on-one combat. Their solitary nature has honed their fighting skills, making them adept at defending themselves. Her snarls echo through the branches as she fights not just for her dinner, but for her life against a much larger aggressor. The tension in the air is palpable. The battle is short but intense. Each moment is a blur of claws and teeth, a desperate struggle for dominance. The male, faced with such a spirited and ferocious defense, must weigh the potential reward against the risk of serious injury. His confidence wanes as he realizes the cost of this confrontation. A deep wound from her claws could hamper his own ability to hunt for weeks. The risk of injury is too great. He decides the fight is not worth the cost. With a final frustrated growl, he retreats, climbing back down the tree to seek an easier meal elsewhere. The female leopard, panting but victorious, has successfully defended her larder. Her body is tense, but her eyes shine with the triumph of survival. She has proven that in the wild it is not always the largest or the strongest that wins, but often the one with the most to lose. Her determination and courage have secured her place in the treetops. She rests, knowing that for now she has won the fight for survival. The tree once again becomes her sanctuary, a testament to her resilience and strength. The African savanna bakes under a relentless sun, shimmering waves of heat rising from the golden grass. A lone lioness moves with purpose, her muscles rippling beneath her tawny coat, every step betraying her hunger and desperation. Her pride, once a formidable force, is now fractured. The recent loss of their alpha male has left the females anxious and disorganized, their social structure shaken. The lioness's eyes flicker with uncertainty, but hunger overrides hesitation. Her ribs show beneath her skin, and her movements are sharp, almost frantic. Driven by the gnawing emptiness in her belly, she knows she must act soon or risk starvation. Suddenly her gaze locks onto a vulnerable target, a 6-month-old Cape buffalo calf, momentarily isolated from the protective wall of its herd. The calf's inexperience and separation present a rare opportunity. The lioness crouches low, her body pressed flat against the earth. Every muscle tenses as she calculates the distance, the wind direction, and the calf's distracted movements. She knows the risks. A successful hunt could mean survival for her and her pride, but failure could bring injury or worse. Cape buffalo are among the most dangerous prey on the savannah. The adults, massive and muscular, are infamous for their unpredictable aggression and unwavering loyalty to their young. Their curved horns are lethal weapons, and their sheer size makes them a formidable wall of muscle and bone. The herd's collective vigilance is a constant threat to any predator. The lioness inches forward, her golden coat blending seamlessly with the tall, sun-bleached grass. She becomes a shadow, invisible to all but the most attentive eyes. Her heart pounds, adrenaline sharpening her senses. In a split second she explodes from her cover, muscles coiling and releasing in a blur of speed. The calf, startled, tries to bolt, but the lioness is already upon it. Her jaws clamp down on the calf's throat, teeth sinking deep, aiming to suffocate and silence her prey. The calf thrashes, its hooves kicking up dust, but the lioness's grip is unyielding. But the commotion does not go unnoticed. The calf's mother, grazing nearby, lifts her head, nostrils flaring as she catches the scent of danger. Her eyes widen in alarm, and a surge of maternal instinct floods her veins. Weighing over 1,000 pounds, she is a living battering ram, and her only thought is to save her offspring. With a bellow of rage, she charges, her massive head lowered, horns gleaming in the sunlight. The ground shakes beneath her pounding hooves as she barrels toward the lioness. The lioness, caught off guard, is forced to pivot. The hunter's confidence wavers as she faces the full fury of a mother's love turned to violence. Dust swirls as predator and prey collide in a chaotic struggle. The lioness tries to drag the calf away, but the buffalo mother is relentless, her horns slicing the air inches from the lioness's flank. The lioness's mind races, hold on and risk being gored, or let go and lose her prize. She dodges left, then right, narrowly avoiding the deadly arc of the buffalo's horns. The buffalo stomps and swings her horns with terrifying force, her hooves churning the earth. Each attack is a calculated attempt to impale or crush the predator threatening her calf. The lioness hesitates, torn between hunger and survival. Her instincts scream at her to flee, but her jaws remain locked on the calf, her body trembling with the effort to hold on. She glances back, eyes wide with fear and frustration. As the buffalo mother closes in, snorting and bellowing, her rage undiminished. The air is thick with tension, the calf's desperate bleats, the mother's furious snorts, and the lioness's heavy breathing all merge into a primal symphony of survival. The buffalo mother's attacks grow more frenzied, her persistence overwhelming the lioness's resolve. Each charge comes closer, each swing of the horns more dangerous. The lioness, battered and breathless, can no longer keep up with the relentless assault. The threat of a fatal wound becomes all too real. With a final desperate leap, she releases the calf and springs away, narrowly dodging the buffalo's horns as they slice through the space she just occupied. The buffalo mother wastes no time, nudging her trembling calf to its feet and guiding it back toward the safety of the herd, her body shielding it from further harm. The lioness, sides heaving and spirit bruised, slinks away into the tall grass, her hunger unfulfilled but her life intact. She collapses in the shade, licking her wounds and staring out over the endless savannah, the weight of defeat heavy on her shoulders. For today, the savannah has witnessed the triumph of a mother's courage over a predator's hunger, a testament to the fierce, unbreakable bonds of the wild. In the vast, sun-drenched grasslands of Uganda, a close-knit family of mongooses navigates a world filled with both opportunity and danger. Their den, nestled among tufts of golden grass, is a hive of activity and vigilance, for threats can come from any direction, especially from above. This social group, numbering about 20, operates with the precision of a well-drilled unit. Each member has a role. Some stand sentry, scanning the horizon and sky, while others tend to the young or forage for food. Their unity is their greatest strength, especially when it comes to defending their vulnerable pups. At the heart of the group are 7 tiny pups, bundles of curiosity and energy. They tumble and play near the den entrance, watched over by ever-alert adults. Every movement is a lesson in survival, every shadow a potential threat. Looming on the horizon, marabou storks patrol the grasslands. These giants, standing 5 feet tall, are masters of patience and predation. Their presence casts a long shadow over the mongoose family. With wings spanning over 8 feet and a beak as long and sharp as a dagger, the marabou stork is a formidable adversary. Its keen eyes miss nothing, and it singles out the smallest, most vulnerable prey, like the mongoose pups. The mongooses, however, do not panic. Instead, they freeze, then slowly shift into a defensive posture, their bodies low and tense, eyes fixed on the approaching threat. In a remarkable display of coordination, the adults form a living barricade at the den's entrance. Each mongoose knows its place, creating a wall of fur and teeth between the storks and their precious young. Though small, each mongoose is armed with lightning reflexes and 36 razor-sharp teeth. They bare their fangs and hiss, a chorus of defiance echoing across the grass. The group moves as one, shifting and flowing like a single organism. If a stork advances, the mongooses surge forward in unison, their movements perfectly synchronized to confuse and intimidate the predator. The Storks, undeterred, probe the defences with swift jabs of their massive beaks, searching for any sign of weakness or distraction among the defenders. The adult Mongooses respond with relentless aggression, darting forward to snap at the Stork's legs, then retreating before the beak can strike back. Their tactics are swift and precise: dart in, bite, and withdraw. The Storks, with their long, thin legs, are vulnerable to these attacks and are forced to keep their distance. By working together, the Mongooses create a living shield, a barrier that is difficult for even the largest bird to breach. Their collective defense is a testament to the power of unity in the wild. Yet in the chaos, one pup strays from the group, curiosity drawing it away from the safety of the den and the watchful eyes of its guardians. Alone and exposed, the pup's tiny form is a beacon for danger, its movements watched by every predator in the grass. A marabou stork, ever vigilant, seizes the opportunity. It glides silently closer, its shadow falling over the defenseless pup. Sensing the imminent threat, one adult mongoose breaks ranks, propelled by instinct and courage. It dashes across the grass, a blur of determination, intent on intercepting the stork before it can strike. The mongoose confronts the towering bird head-on, hissing and lunging, drawing the predator's attention away from the pup just long enough for it to scurry back to the safety of the group. The family quickly regroups, the rescued pup enveloped by the protective circle of adults. Their coordinated tactics and the bravery of individuals have, for now, kept most of the young safe, but the tension remains thick in the air. The mongooses stay on high alert, eyes darting between the sky and the grass, every muscle ready to spring into action. The marabou storks, relentless and cunning, circle the den, their patience as much a weapon as their beaks. They know that time and persistence can wear down even the most determined defenders. Again and again the storks test the mongooses' defences, probing for a moment of distraction or a gap in the line. One stork waits motionless, its gaze fixed on the shifting mongoose formation. The grass rustles in the wind, masking the tension of the standoff. Suddenly, in a flash of movement, the stork lunges, exploiting a fleeting gap in the defensive wall. Its beak snaps shut around a pup, and before the mongooses can react, the stork swallows its prize whole, a brutal reminder of the harsh realities of the wild. The family mourns, huddling together in the aftermath. Their numbers are diminished, the loss keenly felt by every member of the group. The storks have claimed their meal, but the mongooses' fierce tactics and unwavering unity have ensured that most of their young survive. In the endless struggle between predator and prey, every day is a test of strategy, courage, and the power of the group. In the vast wild forests of British Columbia, Canada, the autumn air is thick with tension. It is the rutting season, a time of intense competition among bull moose. A massive older bull, the dominant male in this territory, is challenged for his right to mate with a nearby female. His rival is a younger, but still powerful 5-year-old male, full of strength and ambition. Moose are colossal animals, standing up to 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing as much as 1,800 pounds. Their most impressive features are their massive antlers, which can span 6 feet wide and weigh 80 pounds. To prepare for these seasonal battles, the bull's neck muscles nearly double in size, giving them the incredible power needed to wield their heavy antlers as weapons. A fight between two such giants is a serious affair. The two males square off, their breath misting in the cool air. They posture and grunt, a ritual of intimidation designed to avoid a physical confrontation if possible. But neither bull is willing to back down. The challenger is determined to prove his strength, and the older bull is not ready to surrender his dominance. A violent clash is now inevitable. They charge, and the sound of their antlers colliding echoes through the forest like a thunderclap. They push and shove, each trying to gain an advantage, to twist the other's head and force him off balance. These fights are brutal tests of strength and endurance. The risk of injury is high, and sometimes the antlers can become permanently locked together, dooming both animals to a slow death from exhaustion and starvation. The older, larger bull has the advantage of experience and weight. He uses his immense size to his advantage, slowly but surely pushing his younger rival backward. The younger bull struggles with all his might, but he cannot match the raw power and leverage of the larger male. He begins to lose ground, his strength fading under the relentless pressure. Finally, with a powerful shove, the dominant bull forces his rival away. The younger moose, defeated and exhausted, has no choice but to retreat, leaving the victor to claim his prize. The older bull has successfully defended his territory and won the right to mate with the female. His reign continues, a testament to the fact that in these titanic struggles, size and experience are often the deciding factors. Deep within the lush, humid expanse of the Amazon rainforest, where the air is thick with the scent of wet earth and the chorus of insects never ceases, a master hunter is on the prowl. The riverbank is shrouded in mist, the water's surface broken only by the occasional ripple of unseen creatures below. A magnificent male jaguar, the largest and most powerful cat in the Americas, moves with silent grace along the muddy riverbank. Each step is calculated, his massive paws barely making a sound on the damp earth. Weighing up to 250 pounds, this apex predator is a shadow among the trees. His golden coat dappled with rosettes that blend perfectly with the shifting light of the jungle. His senses are razor-sharp, ears twitching at the faintest splash, nostrils flaring to catch the scent of prey. Today his focus is not on the forest floor, but on the river itself. The jaguar's piercing gaze scans the water's edge, searching for the telltale movement of his next quarry. His target is a formidable reptile, a caiman, armored and ancient, basking in the shallows. This creature, a cousin of the alligator, can grow over 9 feet long and weigh more than 125 pounds. Its eyes and nostrils barely break the surface, perfectly adapted for ambush. It is an ambitious and dangerous choice of prey. The caiman's jaws can snap shut with bone-crushing force, and its tail is a powerful weapon in the water, but the jaguar is not reckless. He is a master strategist, relying on patience and precision rather than brute strength alone. He crouches low, muscles coiled, every sense attuned to the slightest movement. Deliberately he walks near the water's edge, feigning indifference. The jaguar's body language is relaxed, but his eyes never leave the caiman. He knows the reptile is watching, waiting for a mistake. This is a calculated lure. The jaguar's apparent vulnerability is a ruse designed to draw the caiman's attention and lull it into a false sense of security. The caiman, an ambush predator itself, is no stranger to deception. Its eyes, set high on its head, track the jaguar's every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But the jaguar is one step ahead. His ears flatten, his body tenses, and his breathing slows as he prepares for the perfect moment. In a flash, the land predator becomes a blur of motion. With a burst of explosive power, the jaguar launches himself from the bank, claws extended, jaws open wide. He lands squarely on the caiman's back, the element of surprise tipping the balance in his favor. The river explodes in a frenzy of water and scales. The struggle is immediate and violent. Water churns as the two powerful animals battle for supremacy, each using every weapon at their disposal. The caiman thrashes wildly, its tail lashing and jaws snapping, trying to drag the jaguar beneath the surface where it would have the advantage. The jaguar's grip is unyielding, his claws digging deep into the caiman's armored hide, but the jaguar's attack is precise and devastating. He knows exactly where to strike, using his powerful jaws to target the most vulnerable spot. With a hunter's instinct honed by generations, the jaguar clamps down on the caiman's skull, employing a unique technique that sets him apart from all other big cats. The jaguar's bite is the strongest of any big cat, capable of exerting over 1,100 pounds of pressure, enough to pierce bone and shell alike. He uses this incredible force not to suffocate, but to deliver a swift, fatal blow directly to the caiman's brain, ending the struggle in an instant. Before the Caiman can mount an effective defense, the fight is over. The riverbank falls silent once more, save for the gentle lapping of water. The jaguar's jaws crush through the reptile's thick skull, piercing its brain and killing it instantly, a testament to the cat's evolutionary perfection as a hunter. The struggle, which briefly disappeared beneath the surface, ceases as the Caiman goes limp, its powerful body now motionless in the shallow water. Victorious, the jaguar demonstrates his immense strength once more, dragging the heavy carcass from the river and into the tangled undergrowth, where the shadows swallow them both. In this dramatic clash between two of the Amazon's top predators, the jaguar's unmatched senses, strategic brilliance and bone-crushing bite secure him a decisive and spectacular victory, one that echoes through the rainforest, a silent testament to the power and mystery of the wild. Deep in the emerald heart of Central Africa, the air is thick with the scent of earth and the chorus of distant birds. At a secluded watering hole, the jungle canopy filters sunlight into shifting patterns on the forest floor. Here, a powerful silverback gorilla, the undisputed leader of his family, stands sentinel. His presence alone commands respect. He is the godfather, a living legend among his kin. Towering over 6 feet tall and weighing nearly 400 pounds, the silverback's sheer size is awe-inspiring. His broad chest and rippling muscles are a testament to years of survival and dominance in this unforgiving jungle. Around him, his family, up to 15 strong, gathers. Mothers cradle infants, juveniles play in the undergrowth, and all look to the silverback for guidance and protection. The social structure is clear. He is the anchor, the protector, and the judge. As the group drinks, a ripple of anticipation moves through the air. A younger silverback, just 12 years old, approaches with measured steps. He is the lieutenant, second in command, and today he carries the weight of ambition. The jungle seems to hold its breath. The lieutenant halts, his eyes locked on the godfather. For a moment time slows. A silent standoff charged with tension and the unspoken rules of guerrilla society. The godfather's response is subtle but unmistakable. He straightens, muscles flexing, and fixes the challenger with an intimidating stare. His posture radiates power, a silent warning that echoes through the group. The lieutenant, recognizing the boundaries of the hierarchy, lowers his gaze and retreats, signaling respect and submission. The social order remains intact, for now, but the day's trials are far from over for the young lieutenant. As he moves away from the main group, the dense foliage rustles with new energy. Suddenly he is surrounded by a gang of 9 adolescent blackbacks, young males brimming with rebellious spirit. Their eyes gleam with mischief, and their movements are bold, testing the boundaries of the social order. These blackbacks jostle and posture, their energy infectious. The jungle echoes with their hoots and chest beats, a cacophony of youthful bravado. The boldest among them, emboldened by his peers, steps forward. He locks eyes with the lieutenant, issuing a silent challenge. With a thunderous display, he beats his chest, the sound reverberating through the trees. It is a call to arms, a plea for his friends to join him in toppling the older male. The challenge is direct, the stakes high. The jungle seems to close in, every leaf and branch a silent witness to the unfolding drama. The lieutenant stands his ground, unflinching. His body language is calm but resolute, a living testament to his experience and strength. Though outnumbered, he is undaunted. Years of survival have honed his instincts and muscles alike, making him a formidable opponent. The punk leader lunges, and the two guerrillas collide in a blur of fur and muscle. The sounds of their struggle echo through the jungle, a primal symphony of power and defiance. The fight is over almost as soon as it begins. The lieutenant's superior strength and technique leave no doubt as to the outcome. With a surge of power, he throws off his attacker, asserting his dominance with every movement. He retaliates with a powerful bite, a weapon more formidable than even a lion's jaws. A gorilla's bite force measures an astonishing 1,300 pounds per square inch, a fact that cements his place at the top of the hierarchy. The young blackback's confidence shatters. Overpowered and wounded, he stumbles back, his bravado replaced by fear. The other blackbacks who had watched with anticipation now hesitate. The jungle is silent but for the heavy breathing of the combatants. Realizing the futility of their rebellion, the gang scatters, melting into the shadows of the forest. The jungle swallows their retreat, the echoes of their defeat lingering in the humid air. The defeated challenger, bleeding from his shoulder, limps away, his lesson learned in the harshest of classrooms. The lieutenant stands tall, victorious. His authority reaffirmed, he surveys the jungle, every muscle still taut with adrenaline. In the world of gorillas, strength, courage, and social order reign supreme. Even when outnumbered, a mature silverback's power and presence are unmatched, a force to be reckoned with in the heart of the jungle. On the vast sun-baked African savanna, a small coalition of 6 lionesses and their younger kin gather around a hard-won prize, a young buffalo recently brought down after a coordinated hunt. The pride's teamwork is on full display. Some lions keep watch, others tear into the carcass, and the youngest learn the ways of survival from their elders. The scent of blood and fresh meat drifts for miles on the wind, carried across the golden grasses. Above, vultures spiral in anticipation, while in the distance shadows begin to stir, drawn by the promise of a meal and the opportunity to challenge the lion's claim. From the tall grass a formidable force emerges, a mob of spotted hyenas, their numbers swelling as more join the ranks. Their haunting whoops and cackles echo across the plains, signalling both their intent and their unity. For generations, these two apex predators have clashed in a relentless struggle for dominance and territory. At the heart of the hyena clan are the powerful females, larger, more aggressive, and the undisputed leaders. Their matriarchal society is built on strength and cunning, with the largest females rivaling the size of a grown man. Hyenas wield a devastating weapon, their bone-crushing jaws capable of exerting a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch. This allows them to devour nearly every part of a carcass, leaving little behind for other scavengers. The hyenas deploy their classic strategy, encirclement. They fan out, flanking the pride from all sides, their numbers and coordination designed to intimidate and overwhelm. Each move is calculated, each step a test of the lion's resolve. One lioness, bristling with tension, stands guard over the carcass. Her golden eyes never leave the advancing hyenas. She knows that a single misstep could cost her pride their hard-earned meal, or worse, their lives. With a sudden burst of energy she charges, roaring her defiance. The savannah erupts in chaos as she attempts to scatter the hyenas, hoping to break their formation and buy her pride precious time. But the hyenas are seasoned tacticians. They hold their ground, forming a living wall of snapping jaws and bristling fur. The lioness finds herself isolated, the tables turned in an instant. Surrounded, the lioness faces a deadly gauntlet. The hyenas close in, their confidence growing with every step. Their strategy is simple: divide and conquer, using their superior numbers to overwhelm even the fiercest lion. The tension is palpable. The lioness, now cut off from her pride, glances desperately for support. The savannah, so open and vast, suddenly feels like a trap. Sensing the danger, a young male lion rushes to her side. Together they attempt to hold the line, but the hyena clan's relentless pressure threatens to break their defense. The air is thick with snarls, growls, and the dust of the struggle. The lions are outnumbered, their territory under siege. The hyenas press their advantage, seeking to claim both the kill and the ground beneath their paws. But then, on the shimmering horizon, a new force enters the fray. The silhouette of a full-grown male lion emerges, his mane catching the last rays of the setting sun. This is the pride's ultimate weapon, a massive male weighing over 550 pounds, his presence alone a declaration of dominance over the savannah. With a thunderous roar he announces his arrival. The sound reverberates across the plains, a warning to all who would challenge his reign. The hyenas falter, their confidence shaken. The balance of power shifts in an instant, the savannah itself seeming to hold its breath. The male lion's sheer size and reputation as a ruthless defender of his pride are enough to send a ripple of fear through the hyena ranks. Their strategy, so effective moments before, now crumbles. He strides forward, placing himself between his pride and the invaders. The message is clear. This territory, this meal, and this family are under his protection. The hyenas, sensing the shift in power, begin to retreat. Their boldness evaporates as quickly as it came, replaced by the instinct to survive. No pack, no matter how cunning, can match the raw power of a dominant male lion defending his pride and territory. The hyena mob scatters, melting back into the tall grass, their challenge repelled for now. The savannah returns to its uneasy calm, the echoes of the battle lingering in the air. Victorious, the male lion stands tall, his pride safe and their meal secured. The lions regroup, licking their wounds and savouring their hard-fought prize. In the endless war for supremacy on the savannah, strategy, strength and unity decide who reigns supreme. Today the lions have defended their territory, but the struggle between these ancient rivals is far from over. In the warm, crystal-clear waters of the Caribbean, sunlight dances across a vibrant tapestry of coral and swaying sea fans. But beneath this beauty, a silent struggle for survival is unfolding. The lionfish, with its hypnotic stripes and elegant fan-like fins, glides effortlessly through the reef. Though mesmerizing, it is an intruder, an invasive predator that does not belong here. Its arrival has sent shockwaves through the delicate balance of the reef ecosystem, threatening the survival of countless native species. The lionfish's secret weapon is its arsenal of venomous spines, dorsal, ventral and anal, all bristling with a potent neuromuscular toxin. One careless touch can mean agony, paralysis or even death for would-be attackers. Most reef dwellers keep their distance, darting away at the first sign of those menacing fins. The lionfish moves with confidence, unchallenged and unchecked. But today a formidable native predator enters the scene, the Nassau grouper. Massive and powerful, it glides silently through the coral shadows, its eyes fixed on the invader. The grouper, a giant among reef fish, can reach a yard in length and tip the scales at 55 pounds. It hovers, watching the lionfish with unwavering focus. Instead of fleeing, the grouper begins a slow, deliberate dance. It circles the lionfish, using its bulk to block escape routes, herding the spiny intruder away from the tangled safety of the coral. The lionfish, sensing danger, tries to retreat into a crevice, but the grouper is relentless, guiding it into the open where there is nowhere to hide. Only the vast exposed blue. Suspense hangs in the water. The lionfish, now vulnerable, flares its venomous spines in a desperate display, hoping to ward off the looming threat. The grouper waits, motionless, every muscle tensed. It studies the lionfish's movements, searching for the perfect moment to strike, a predator's patience honed by countless hunts. Suddenly the grouper surges forward, closing the distance in a heartbeat. The lionfish spins, spines bristling, ready to defend itself. The two predators face off, eye to eye. The lionfish thrusts its spines forward, a living shield of venom. For a moment time seems to freeze. The lionfish's spines shimmer in the filtered sunlight, a warning to all who dare approach. It appears to be a deadly gamble for the grouper. One wrong move could mean a mouthful of venom. Any other predator would turn away, unwilling to risk the consequences. But the grouper is different. It possesses a secret weapon of its own. With lightning speed, it opens its cavernous mouth, creating a sudden, powerful vacuum in the water. The force is irresistible. The lionfish, spines and all, is sucked in before it can react, its defences rendered useless by the grouper's specialized hunting technique. In an instant, the lionfish vanishes, swallowed whole. The reef falls silent, the tension broken. The grouper glides away, victorious and unharmed, its powerful jaws having neutralized the lionfish's deadly spines. This extraordinary encounter, captured by hidden cameras, reveals the secret tactics and adaptations that shape life on the reef. The grouper's mastery of suction feeding allows it to outwit even the most dangerous invaders, turning the tables in this underwater arms race. In this vivid, suspenseful battle, the reef's native predator prevails, offering hope that nature's balance can be restored, one daring hunt at a time. On the wild, windswept coast of Namibia, the roar of the Atlantic collides with the cries of a massive Cape Fur seal colony. The sand is alive with movement. Thousands of sleek, muscular bodies jostle for space, their dark forms packed tightly together on the beach. The air is thick with the pungent scent of salt and seal, and the cacophony of barking, growling, and bellowing is deafening, echoing across the dunes and out to sea. Up to 3,000 seals crowd the shoreline, each one vying for a patch of sand. The constant shoving and shifting creates a restless, undulating mass. Every movement is met with a chorus of sharp barks and guttural growls, as neighbours snap and lunge to defend their personal space. In the heart of this chaos, the largest and most powerful bulls dominate. These giants, some tipping the scales at 700 pounds, have muscled their way to the centre of the colony. Their thick necks and scarred bodies are a testament to years of brutal combat. Here they hold the prime real estate, surrounded by harems of females, their deep bellows rising above the din. These dominant bulls are locked in a constant state of vigilance. For up to 6 weeks they will not eat, relying on their thick layers of blubber and sheer determination to defend their territory. Every muscle is tensed, every glance a challenge. The wind whips sand across their backs, but their focus never wavers. On the periphery, a younger 7-year-old bull watches the turmoil. He is smaller, his coat still sleek and unscarred, but his eyes are sharp with ambition. He studies the shifting alliances and sudden eruptions of violence, searching for a weakness, a moment to exploit. Suddenly a violent clash erupts between two massive bulls. Sand flies as they rear up, jaws wide, teeth bared, their roars shaking the air. The colony erupts in a frenzy. Females scatter, pups dive for cover, and the younger bull sees his chance. He slips forward, hugging the ground, his movements quick and calculated, hoping to claim a sliver of unguarded territory. Heart-pounding, he pauses, then surges from the water, flippers churning sand and spray. The wind howls around him as he darts into the melee, aiming to blend into the confusion and stake his claim. But the colony is ever watchful. Heads snap around, eyes narrow, and the larger bulls, even in the heat of battle, sense the intrusion. With a surge of aggression, they lunge toward the upstart, their deep roars cutting through the chaos. The young bull is dwarfed by the dominant males. One, his fur bristling and eyes blazing, wheels around and charges, jaws snapping. The challenger freezes for a split second, then tries to stand his ground, but the difference in size and experience is overwhelming. The older bull crashes into him, pinning him to the sand with brute force. The younger seal writhes and twists, but he's no match for the seasoned fighter. With a final punishing shove, the dominant male sends him sprawling, battered and humiliated. Defeated, the young bull limps away, blood trickling from his nose, his dream of territory and mates dashed for another year. He slips back into the pounding surf, the cold waves closing around him as the colony's noise fades behind. Alone in the churning water, he watches the victorious bull who stands tall and proud in the heart of the colony, his dominance unchallenged. The lesson is clear. Here only the strongest, most relentless males will ever rule the beach. The battle for the beach is never-ending. Every movement, every sound, every gust of wind and crash of wave shapes the fate of these remarkable animals. In this arena, power, endurance, and cunning are tested to the limit, and only the fiercest will pass their legacy to the next generation of Cape Fur seals. A dawn breaks along the lush, muddy banks of the mighty Nile River. The air is thick with humidity, and the calls of distant birds echo over the water. Here, in this wild and untamed setting, two male Nile monitor lizards emerge from the undergrowth, their eyes locked in a steely gaze. It's breeding season, and the tension is palpable. Each lizard is determined to claim this stretch of riverbank as his own, a prime territory for attracting females. They size each other up, bodies low to the ground, tongues flicking the air to catch the scent of their rival. Suddenly, the standoff erupts into action. Both monitors rear up on their powerful hind legs, balancing with surprising agility. Their muscular tails lash the ground for support as they grapple with their front limbs, each trying to gain the upper hand. The wrestling match is a raw test of strength and endurance. They push, shove, and twist, their claws digging into each other's thick, armoured skin. The larger lizard tries to use his weight to force his opponent down, while the smaller one wriggles and shifts, refusing to yield. This is ritualized combat, a display meant to determine dominance without causing fatal injury. The larger male presses his advantage, leveraging his bulk to pin the smaller lizard, who struggles beneath the pressure. With a sudden surge, the bigger monitor slams his rival to the ground in a bone-shaking display of power. Dust and loose reeds scatter as the smaller lizard lands hard, momentarily stunned. The larger male stands tall, looming over his fallen opponent, confident that victory is his. In many animal battles, this would be the end. The defeated would slink away and the victor would claim the spoils. But the riverside is full of surprises. The smaller lizard, battered but not broken, refuses to accept defeat. He lies still for a moment, gathering his strength, his eyes never leaving his rival. Instead of retreating, he prepares for a counterattack. He coils his body, muscles tensing, and readies his secret weapon, his powerful tail. In a flash, the smaller monitor lashes out, his tail whipping through the air with astonishing speed. The larger lizard, caught off guard, takes the full force of the blow. The tail lands with a sharp, cracking sound, delivering a painful shock to the bigger male. He recoils, stunned by the unexpected assault. The tables have turned. The larger lizard, now wary and in pain, hesitates. The smaller monitor seizes the moment, rising to his feet, tail raised in defiance. The shock of the counterattack is enough to make the bigger male reconsider. He backs away, the sting of the tail still fresh, his confidence shaken. Realizing that further combat could mean more injury, the larger lizard decides to retreat, abandoning his claim to the territory. The smaller monitor, battered but unbowed, stands victorious on the riverbank. His clever use of tactics and resilience has turned the tide. In the wild world of the Nile, victory doesn't always belong to the biggest or the strongest. Sometimes it goes to the one who can adapt, endure, and strike when the moment is right. The triumphant lizard basks in the morning sun, tail raised high, a testament to the power of strategy and determination on the banks of the Nile. In the end, the riverside returns to calm, but the echoes of this epic wrestling match linger, a reminder that in nature, every contest is a story of strength, wit, and survival. Across the boundless undulating plains of Yellowstone National Park, the land itself seems to breathe beneath the weight of the ancient bison herds. The air is thick with anticipation, the golden light of dawn casting long shadows as hundreds of bison graze, their massive forms dotting the landscape like living monuments to a wild, untamed past. The breeding season, or rut, transforms these peaceful giants into fierce competitors. The herd, usually a tapestry of calm, now pulses with energy. Cows and calves cluster together, forming a living barrier, while bulls pace the periphery, their eyes locked in silent challenge. At the heart of this living fortress stands the dominant bull, a mountain of muscle and will, weighing over 2,000 pounds. He circles his harem, every movement a warning to would-be challengers, his breath steaming in the cool morning air. His position grants him exclusive rights to mate, but this privilege is never secure. Every moment he must defend his claim, his vigilance unbroken. From the edge of the herd, a younger, ambitious bull emerges. His intent is unmistakable. He seeks to challenge the old order, to test his strength against the reigning monarch. The herd senses the coming storm. Cows and calves drift aside, forming a wide circle, their eyes wide and alert. The two bulls face each other, the air between them charged with primal energy. This confrontation is one of the most powerful spectacles in the North American wilderness, a raw display of strength, strategy, and survival. Bison are built for battle. Their bodies are armored with dense muscle and thick fur, every sinew primed for the coming clash. When the moment comes, they can explode into motion, sprinting at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, unstoppable forces of nature. Their primary weapons are their massive heads and sharp 2-foot-long horns, tools honed by generations of struggle. Beneath their shaggy foreheads, skulls up to 3 inches thick act as living battering rams built to absorb and deliver devastating blows. When they collide, the impact reverberates across the plains, a thunderous crash that shakes the very earth. The ritual begins with posturing, each bull pawing the ground, bellowing and tossing his head, trying to intimidate his rival and win without bloodshed. But when neither yields, the contest turns physical. The herd holds its breath, the outcome uncertain. The bulls charge, meeting head-on with a force that would shatter lesser creatures. The sound echoes for miles, a testament to their power. The ground trembles beneath their struggle, the landscape itself bearing witness to this ancient contest. Locked together, they push and strain, each testing the other's resolve in a pure contest of brute strength and willpower. But the dominant bull is more than just muscle. He is a veteran of countless battles, his experience etched into every scar. He knows that a direct head-to-head match is a battle of attrition, one that can exhaust even the strongest. Instead of relying solely on strength, he uses agility, sidestepping, pivoting, searching for an opening. As the challenger surges forward, the older bull slips aside with practiced ease, letting his rival's momentum betray him. In that instant, the younger bull's flank is exposed, a vulnerable target in the heat of battle. The dominant bull seizes his chance, every instinct honed for this decisive moment. He pivots, driving his horns into the exposed side of his opponent, a powerful, punishing blow that leaves no doubt as to the victor. The younger bull staggers, pain and defeat written in every movement. The fight is over. Outmaneuvered and wounded, he retreats, melting back into the herd's edge. His challenge ended for now. The dominant bull stands tall, his authority reaffirmed. The herd closes ranks around him, the rhythm of life restored. His victory is not just a triumph of strength, but of intelligence and experience, proof that in the wild survival favors the wise as much as the strong. His reign continues, his genes and wisdom passed on to the next generation, ensuring the legacy of the bison endures across the timeless plains. The epic power struggles we witness in the wild, from the treetops of Africa to the rivers of the Amazon, are more than just dramatic spectacles. They are the living embodiment of the fundamental laws of nature. Each battle, whether it is for food, territory, family, or the right to mate, is a critical moment that shapes the future of individuals and entire species. The female leopard defending her kill and the Cape buffalo mother protecting her calf show us that the will to survive and to protect one's own is a force of incredible power. These are not acts of cruelty, but essential behaviors driven by the deepest instincts. These confrontations reveal the astonishing diversity of strategies and adaptations that life has produced. We see the collective power of small mongooses, the specialized bite of a jaguar, and the surprising whip-like tail of a Nile monitor. Victory does not always belong to the largest or the strongest. It often goes to the cleverest, the most resilient, or the one with a unique advantage like the grouper that swallows its venomous prey whole. These stories teach us that survival is a complex game of skill, strategy, and sometimes sheer determination, where every creature must use its unique gifts to overcome the challenges it faces. The outcomes of these battles have profound consequences that ripple through the ecosystem. The victorious moose or bison passes on its strong genes, shaping the next generation. The lion pride that secures a meal lives to hunt another day, maintaining its place at the top of the food chain. Even defeat serves a purpose, weeding out the weaker individuals and ensuring that only the fittest and most adaptable thrive. This constant cycle of conflict, though often brutal, is what maintains the health and balance of the natural world. It is the engine of evolution, constantly refining and perfecting the creatures that inhabit our planet. Ultimately, these animal power struggles offer us a profound lesson about life itself. They remind us that the wilderness is a dynamic and challenging place where every day is a test. They showcase the raw beauty, the incredible strength, and the unwavering resilience that exists in the animal kingdom. By observing these moments, we gain a deeper respect for the intricate and often harsh realities of nature. It is a world governed not by our rules, but by the timeless and impartial laws of survival, a world where every creature plays its part in the grand ongoing story of life on Earth. The laws of nature, as seen through these power struggles, are a testament to the resilience, adaptability, and sheer will to survive that defines all life. They are a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains our planet, a balance that is both majestic and unforgiving. High above the clouds, where the air thins and the land vanishes into a maze of snow and stone, a silent drama unfolds. Here, in the shadow of the world's tallest peaks, the elusive snow leopard faces off against the nimble Himalayan blue sheep, also known as Barrel, in one of nature's most breathtaking power struggles. The harsh mountain environment is a test of endurance for both predator and prey. Temperatures plummet, winds howl, and every step can mean the difference between life and death. The snow leopard, cloaked in pale, dappled fur, moves with ghostly precision. Its wide, fur-lined paws act as natural snowshoes, giving it the grip to stalk silently across icy ledges. But the blue sheep are masters of their domain. Agile and sure-footed, they leap from rock to rock, climbing sheer cliffs with impossible ease. Their curved horns and muscular bodies are built for these vertical arenas, and their keen senses are always alert for the faintest sign of danger. A hunt begins at dawn. The snow leopard, patient and nearly invisible, shadows a herd as they graze on a narrow ridge. Every movement is calculated. One misstep could send predator or prey tumbling down the mountainside. The blue sheep, sensing a presence, tighten their group, moving in unison along the precipice. Suddenly the leopard makes its move, springing from cover with explosive speed. The herd scatters, hooves clattering on stone. The chase is a breathtaking ballet of survival. Predator and prey racing along razor-thin ledges above a yawning abyss. In this rarefied world, the outcome is never certain. Sometimes the snow leopard secures a meal, vital for its own survival and that of its hidden cubs. Other times the blue sheep escape, living to face the mountains and the leopard another day. This relentless contest, shaped by the extremes of the Himalayas, is a testament to adaptation and resilience. Here, survival depends not only on strength or cunning, but on the ability to thrive in the harshest conditions on Earth. In the high places where few dare to tread, the struggle between snow leopard and blue sheep is a powerful reminder. In nature's most remote arenas, every victory is hard-won, and every life is a triumph against the odds. On the sun-baked islands of Indonesia, a different kind of ancient rivalry plays out among rugged hills and dense savanna. Here, beneath the shadow of twisted lontar palms and volcanic rock, the world's largest lizard, the Komodo dragon, faces off against one of its most cunning adversaries, the wild boar. The Komodo dragon, armoured in rough, earth-toned scales, moves with deceptive lethargy. Its massive body blends seamlessly into the dusty undergrowth, and its forked tongue flicks, tasting the air for the scent of prey. Despite their size, these apex predators rely on patience and stealth, lying in wait near well-used animal trails or watering holes. Their hunting strategy is a blend of ambush and endurance. When a wild boar strays too close, the dragon explodes into motion, powerful muscles propelling it forward with surprising speed. The boar, alert and wary, is no easy target. Agile and quick, it darts through tangled brush, zigzagging to evade the predator's jaws. But the Komodo dragon is relentless. If it fails to catch its prey in the initial burst, it will follow for miles, using its keen sense of smell to track a wounded boar. The dragon's venomous bite, laced with anticoagulants, ensures that even a brief encounter can turn fatal for the boar, as blood loss and shock gradually sap its strength. This deadly contest is shaped by the island's harsh ecosystem. Scarce water and searing heat make every hunt a high-stakes gamble, and both hunter and hunted must navigate treacherous terrain littered with volcanic rocks and thorny shrubs. Vultures circle overhead waiting for the outcome. In the end, survival on these islands is not just about strength or speed. It's about adaptation. The dragon's patience and venom, the boar's agility and cunning, and the unyielding will to live. On Komodo, every confrontation is a test of evolution, a reminder that in this land forged by fire and time, only the most resourceful endure. Across the golden plains of the African savanna, a silent tension pulses beneath the swaying grass. Here, beneath a sky painted in the colours of dusk, a new drama unfolds. A pack of African wild dogs, sleek and mottled, sets its sights on a herd of wildebeest. The wild dogs are masters of coordination, each move a calculated note in a symphony of survival. With sharp, intelligent eyes and powerful limbs, they communicate in whispers of body language and subtle glances. Their strength lies not in size, but in unity and relentless stamina. As the sun dips lower, the pack fans out, forming a crescent around the herd. The wildebeest, ever watchful, sense the threat. Their nostrils flare, muscles tensing, as a wave of unease ripples through the group. The air thickens with anticipation. Suddenly the chase erupts. The wild dogs surge forward with explosive speed, their bodies weaving through the grass in perfect harmony. The wildebeest scatter, hooves drumming the earth in a desperate stampede. The dogs single out a young calf, isolating it with practiced precision, but the struggle is far from over. Wildebeest are formidable, their stamina legendary. The calf's mother wheels around, horns lowered, ready to defend her own. The dogs circle, darting in and out, testing the herd's defences with feints and flashes of teeth. Every second counts in this high-speed chess match. The chase stretches across the savanna, over dry riverbeds, around thorny acacias, through clouds of dust kicked up by fleeing hooves. The dogs take turns at the front, conserving energy, never letting their quarry rest. It is a battle of endurance, of teamwork, of willpower measured in heartbeats and miles. Gradually, the relentless pursuit takes its toll. The isolated calf, exhausted and faltering, becomes vulnerable. The pack closes in, their focus unwavering. The wildebeest mother charges one last time, but the dog's coordination prevails. As the savannah quiets, the pack gathers to share their hard-earned meal, a testament to their unity and the unforgiving laws of nature. In the distance, the rest of the herd regroups, alert, alive, and always learning. On these plains, survival is not just about speed or strength, but about the power of the pack and the eternal dance between predator and prey. Beneath the crushing pressure of the midnight zone, where sunlight never penetrates and darkness reigns supreme, a colossal confrontation is underway. Here, nearly a mile below the surface, two of the ocean's most mysterious titans meet in a silent, shadowy duel: the sperm whale and the giant squid. The sperm whale, a behemoth armed with sonar so powerful it can see with sound, glides through the black water. Its clicks pierce the gloom, searching for echoes among the drifting detritus. Suddenly a faint signal returns, movement massive and undulating, alerting the whale to its ancient adversary. The giant squid, all tentacles and silent grace, senses the approach. Its massive eyes, the largest in the animal kingdom, detect the faintest glimmer of bioluminescence and movement. With a sudden jet of water, it propels itself into a dense cloud of ink, seeking to vanish in the abyss. But the whale is relentless. Guided by echolocation, it twists and turns, following the swirling trails of turbulence left behind. The squid lashes out, its barbed tentacles whipping through the water, seeking to entangle and drive back the predator. Suckers lined with sharp teeth clamp onto the whale's hide, leaving scars that will tell tales for decades. The struggle is silent but fierce. The whale's powerful jaws snap shut, aiming for the squid's mantle. The squid fights back, wrapping its arms around the whale's head, trying to blind and confuse. In the blackness, only instinct and adaptation matter. As the battle rages, clouds of ink and flashes of bioluminescence swirl through the water. The whale's stamina and strength begin to win out. With a final thunderous surge, it secures its prize and ascends toward the surface, leaving drifting tentacles in its wake. In the cold, eternal night of the deep, the scars of this battle will linger, etched into the flesh and memory of both hunter and hunted. Here, in the abyss, survival is a matter of strength, strategy, and the secrets of evolution honed over millions of years. High above the tangled emerald canopy of the Amazon rainforest, a silent power struggle unfolds between two of the jungle's most iconic inhabitants, the harpy eagle and the agile monkey. From the forest floor, sunlight barely penetrates the dense foliage, but in the upper reaches, a world of danger and cunning awaits. The harpy eagle, with talons as large as a grizzly bear's claws and wings built for maneuvering between branches, is the undisputed aerial apex predator. Its keen eyesight pierces the verdant maze, searching for movement amid the leaves. A twitch of fur, the flick of a tail, the nervous chatter of monkeys, leaping from limb to limb. The capuchin and howler monkeys, clever and quick, have learned the language of the forest's shadows. Their survival depends on constant vigilance, scanning the sky and listening for the faintest rustle above. For them, every rustling leaf could signal a deadly descent. Suddenly, a shadow glides silently overhead. The harpy eagle, blending with shafts of dappled sunlight, tucks its wings and drops in a breathtaking ambush. The monkeys scatter, shrieking, leaping in wild arcs. Some vanish into the green depths, but one is just a beat too slow. With a burst of wind and a flash of talons, the eagle snatches its prey, carrying it aloft in a display of raw power and precision. Yet the monkeys are not without their own strategies. They work together, issuing alarm calls, shaking branches, and even throwing sticks and fruit at the predator to drive it off. Sometimes the jungle's thick branches and tangled vines become their shield, forcing the eagle to abort its hunt and retreat to the high perches, waiting for another opportunity. This is a contest of intelligence and adaptation, where survival is determined by split-second decisions and the eternal dance between predator and prey. In the Amazon's living cathedral, every day is a test of skill, courage, and the unbreakable will to endure. In the heart of the Australian wilderness, as night falls, a different kind of battle emerges under the cloak of darkness. Here, two nocturnal creatures engage in a primal struggle for territory and survival: Tasmanian devils and wombats. The Tasmanian devil, with its muscular build and powerful jaws, is known for its fierce temperament and scavenging prowess. Its black fur blends seamlessly with the night, and its keen sense of smell guides it through the underbrush in search of food. On the other hand, the wombat, a sturdy and burly herbivore, relies on its burrows as fortresses against threats. Its thick hide and strong legs make it a formidable opponent despite its generally docile nature. As the moon rises, the Tasmanian devil prowls the forest floor, its eyes gleaming with a predatory glint. In the distance, a wombat emerges from its burrow, cautiously grazing on the sparse vegetation. The devil catches the scent and approaches stealthily, driven by hunger and instinct. Sensing danger, the wombat freezes, its ears twitching. A low growl pierces the night air as the devil makes its presence known. The wombat bolts towards its burrow, but the devil is relentless, charging with surprising speed. The wombat reaches the entrance of its burrow just in time, disappearing into the narrow tunnel. The Tasmanian devil, undeterred, attempts to follow but finds the passage too tight for its larger frame. Frustrated, it claws at the entrance, growling fiercely. Inside the burrow, the wombat positions itself defensively, using its tough rear end to block the tunnel. The devil's claws scrape against the dirt, but the wombat's burrow is a fortress built to withstand such attacks. The standoff continues, a testament to the wombat's resilience and the devil's tenacity. Eventually, realizing the futility of its efforts, the Tasmanian devil retreats, its growls fading into the night. In the stillness that follows, the wombat remains vigilant, knowing that the nocturnal world is one of constant vigilance and unending challenges. This is the dance of survival in the Australian wilderness, a nightly clash of strength, strategy, and the will to endure. In this shadowy realm, every creature must fight to protect its place in the natural order, where the rules are simple: survive or perish. In the vast frozen realm of the Arctic, the stage is set for one of nature's most formidable confrontations. Here, where the ice groans and the winds howl, two giants cross paths, polar bears and walruses, each battling not only one another, but also the relentless challenges of their harsh environment. A lone polar bear, gaunt from the long winter, prowls the fractured sea ice. Its white coat blends seamlessly with the endless expanse, only its black nose and piercing eyes betraying its presence. Driven by hunger and instinct, the bear's massive paws tread carefully on thinning ice, every step a calculated risk in a world where the ground itself is vanishing. Ahead, a herd of walruses hauls out onto an ice floe, their bodies huddled together for warmth and protection. Each adult walrus is armed with formidable tusks and a thick hide, a living fortress against both the cold and would-be predators. The younger calves, smaller and more vulnerable, remain sheltered in the centre of the herd, always under the watchful gaze of their elders. The polar bear approaches, its movements slow and deliberate. It sizes up the herd, searching for any sign of weakness. The walruses, sensing danger, raise their heads and bellow in unison, a wall of sound echoing across the ice. The largest males position themselves at the perimeter, tusks gleaming, ready to defend their kin. With a sudden burst of energy, the bear charges, targeting an isolated calf near the edge. Chaos erupts. The walruses surge towards the water, their huge bodies crashing through the ice, creating a spray of frozen shards. The bear lunges, but a wall of tusks and blubber blocks its path. The walruses form a living shield, pushing the calf to safety as the bear's claws rake across thick armoured skin. The ice groans beneath their weight, fractured by the struggle. Both predator and prey are threatened by their changing world, the shrinking ice, the unpredictable waters. The bear, exhausted and outnumbered, is forced to retreat, its breath visible in the frigid air. It pauses at the edge of the floe, eyes fixed on the disappearing herd, both hunter and hunted, shaped by the unforgiving Arctic. As silence returns, the walruses regroup, their unity and strength tested yet again. The polar bear lumbers away, the endless search for food pressing on. Here survival is a daily battle, fought not just against each other, but against the very elements themselves, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life on the edge of the world. In the stark expanse of the northern tundra, where biting winds sweep across the endless plains, a silent drama unfolds. Here, survival balances on a knife's edge, and every encounter is a test of ancient instincts. A pack of wolves, lean and relentless, emerges from the shadow of a rocky outcrop. Their breath hangs in the chill air, eyes fixed on their quarry. A herd of musk oxen, shaggy and formidable, clustered tightly against the wind. The wolves fan out, each member knowing its place in the hunt. Silent communication passes between them, a flick of an ear, a low growl, a subtle shift in position. The musk oxen sense the threat. Instantly they draw together, forming a ring, horns out, calves tucked safely within. Their hooves stamp and churn the frozen soil, a warning to any who dare approach. The oldest bulls take the front, their massive horns ready to defend the herd at any cost. The wolves begin their assault, darting in and out, probing for weakness. They test the defences, feinting and harrying, seeking to unravel the unity of the herd. Each wolf takes turns lunging at the flanks, trying to spook a young or injured ox into breaking away. But the musk oxen hold firm, their formation a living fortress. When a wolf comes too close, the bulls charge heads low, sending the predator skittering back. The battle stretches on, a contest of patience and resolve. The wolves rely on endurance, knowing that exhaustion is their greatest weapon. They harry the herd, circling, waiting for a mistake. Hours pass. A young musk ox, startled by a sudden rush, falters at the edge of the ring. Instantly, the wolves seize their chance, isolating the straggler with blinding speed. But the herd responds as one. The adults surge forward, encircling the calf, their horns a wall of defence. The wolves are forced back, their attack repelled by sheer determination and unity. As dusk settles over the tundra, both predator and prey are left spent. The wolves, denied a meal, melt back into the shadows, ever patient, ever watchful. The musk oxen remain vigilant, their ring unbroken, their young safe for another night. On the tundra, survival is not a matter of strength alone, but of strategy, sacrifice, and solidarity. In this ancient contest, every life depends on the ability to adapt, to endure, and to stand together against the relentless cold. In the frigid waters of Antarctica, where icebergs drift like silent sentinels and the ocean is a vast, icy expanse, a deadly game of cat and mouse unfolds beneath the surface. The players in this high-stakes drama are the orca and the seal, both masters of their icy domain. A pod of orcas, sleek and powerful, glides effortlessly through the freezing depths. Their black and white forms are ghostly shadows against the blue abyss. They communicate in a series of clicks and whistles, a language as ancient as the seas themselves. Each member of the pod knows its role, each move a part of a coordinated strategy honed by generations. Above, a lone seal lounges on a floating ice floe, unaware of the danger lurking below. The orcas split into two groups, a tactic known as the wave wash. The first group dives deep, circling beneath the ice floe, while the second group prepares to strike. With a synchronized effort, the orcas surface, creating waves that rock the ice floe violently. The seal, startled and disoriented, scrambles to keep its balance. The ice floe tilts and shifts, threatening to tip the seal into the icy water. The orcas strike again, their powerful tails creating another series of waves. The seal slips, claws scrabbling against the slick ice, and plunges into the water. Instantly the orcas close in. They corral the seal, cutting off any chance of escape. The seal darts and twists, a desperate dance for survival. The orcas anticipate its every move, herding it closer to the surface where the ice offers no refuge. The seal makes a break for another ice floe, but the orcas are relentless. They use their bodies to create currents, pushing the seal away from safety. The seal's movements grow frantic, its energy waning as the cold seeps into its muscles. The orcas, patient and precise, wait for the moment to strike. Finally, with a swift and coordinated attack, the orcas close in, their powerful jaws snapping shut. The hunt is over. The seal's struggle ends, and the orcas claim their prize. In the icy waters of Antarctica, the balance of life and death is a constant dance. The orcas' hunting techniques are a testament to their intelligence and adaptability, a stark reminder of the relentless cycle of nature. Here, in this frozen wilderness, survival is a matter of strategy, skill, and the unyielding will to endure. Beneath a scorching sun, the desert sprawls in endless waves of sand and stone, where survival is a test of endurance and adaptation. Here, amidst prickly cacti and brittle shrubs, a tiny gladiator faces an ancient predator. The horned lizard, armoured in spiky scales and crowned with fearsome horns, blends seamlessly into the ochre dust. Its stillness is a shield, an evolutionary answer to the sharp eyes of its enemy, the snake. A sidewinder glides its body, undulating in hypnotic S-curve scales, barely disturbing the sand. Its tongue flicks, tasting the air, homing in on the faint scent of reptilian prey. The horned lizard remains statue still, relying on camouflage and patience, but the snake is persistent. It circles, closing the distance with silent menace. Suddenly the lizard erupts in a desperate bid for survival. It darts, scattering sand, but the snake is quick, striking, missing by a whisker. The lizard freezes again, hoping to vanish into the background, but the snake's persistence is relentless. With danger inches away, the horned lizard unleashes its remarkable defense. From the corners of its eyes it shoots a stream of blood, startling and confusing the snake. Taken aback, the snake recoils, its senses overwhelmed by the unexpected assault. The lizard seizes the moment, puffing up its body, making itself appear larger and more formidable. The sun beats down heat, shimmering in the air, both creatures locked in a standoff dictated by the harsh realities of the desert. The snake, deterred and frustrated, eventually slithers away in search of easier prey. The horned lizard, victorious for now, burrows into the cool sand, heart still pounding beneath its armoured hide. In the unforgiving desert, every adaptation is a story of survival, and every encounter is a battle hard won. Here life is a ceaseless struggle against the elements and each other, a testament to nature's ingenuity beneath the blazing desert sky.